Welcome to Hardstyle America. I am Biggest Big Rob, and my co-host, as always,
DJ Magic, what it do?
very excited today. In the back room, we have the one, the only Misfits.
Such an honor to be able to chat with her today. I'm super excited about that.
I've been up since 5 in the morning waiting. I'm just gonna sit here, and I'm gonna count whatever I have to count 100,000 times just to be sure we're ready to go.
Hey, no. This is a good opportunity to be able to practice like beat counting, and I've been doing my homework and stuff like that. So I was like, man, I was thinking I was gonna have to rush it. So having that little bit of extra time has been great.
Yeah, I was able to do more work on some tracks that I'm working on. So we'll do a premiere today on one of my tracks, Speed, and so you'll hear that today and see it today, and hopefully you'll welcome it with open arms and pass it along with others. But very excited stuff from Los Angeles. Obviously, DJ Missfits, who's been a long resident in Los Angeles. She's done BassCon. She's done work for Hardstyle Arena and Fresh Entertainment, et cetera. Done Exchange. There's a lot of venues, a lot of events she's been a part of, and it's great to have her online with us today. Very exciting stuff. And we have some clips, videos, and hopefully in the future, I know we're gonna get her to make some tracks. So we'll get her in the studio for sure.
I'm looking forward to seeing her at the next show. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that we've been planning for a long time, and I'm hoping that she's going to be able to join us and be able to bring some of that heat to one of our Hardstyle Maniacs events.
Yes, and she does open decks over there at Hard Park with Ashley Thrasher. So big shouts out to Ashley for always hosting those Hard Parks. It's wonderful to see great people do some events and keep pushing forward. So we're very excited about the movement going on in Los Angeles. It's growing and growing, and obviously spreading out like a great little virus, a positive virus around the nation. And we're no longer in a plateau, and hard dance is rising again. So we're very excited to be part of the movement here based out of Los Angeles and Las Vegas. So exciting stuff. So be sure to
You
follow.
know,
Go ahead.
you just mentioned Los Angeles to Las Vegas. I would say we're bringing that heat faster than the high speed rail. What you know about that? What you know about that?
Yeah, and you're not going to pay $400 for that ticket.
Oh, no. But one thing I am super excited about also is our good friends over at Dimension G hooked me up with some just swank drip that I'm going to be going for EDC. So if you guys still, there might be enough time. If not, for your next event, make sure you throw out that DJ Magic. Save 15% next time you hit up dimension-g.com for your hardstyle gear.
That's right. Big shouts out to Gio over there at Dimension C for always taking care of the hard dance community with some fresh gear. Very excited stuff there. He does custom stuff, so if you're an artist, be sure to reach out to him and get your custom gear because you can't go on stage without looking fly, and that's what Gio delivers.
Oh, dude, I'm just waiting. I just can't wait, dude. Honestly, whenever we show up to EDC and I got that big old magic on my chest too, I just can't wait, dude. As a matter of fact, every single time that I've gotten something from him, it doesn't matter from which event it was. A lot of shirts I got from him were from different fresh events and other, hard. Well, I think he did Army of Hardstyle. Well, oh,
Me
anyways,
hardcore.
uh, yeah, yeah, dude. I'm a little I'm a little medicated right now. Forgive me. Um, yes. So yes. Anyways, anytime I've gotten any gear from him and from any of the shows that he's done, I always get lots of compliments. So that was the important part. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, my bad.
Yeah, you can also get Misfit stuff on his website if I'm not mistaken. There's still inventory left. So be sure to go to Dimension G and purchase your DJ Misfits gear because once it runs out, that's it. The next time they make a run is going to be for a different show or a different event. So whatever's on stock, make sure you grab it because you got to be representing Misfits stuff. You got to do it. I was very excited when I got my Markcore shirt over at Destroy LA, but I ain't going to talk about that right now because it was a special made for my big ass.
I actually wear that one to the gym. The one that I got from him, I do wear that to the gym.
Yeah, no, it was a nice shirt. I like the softness. It was, good stuff from Gio there. But yes, any upcoming events in Los Angeles that we should know about that you know of here?
Not offhand. I know that I went to the gallery on Friday to celebrate Jason's birthday, and that was kind of fun. And prepared for our show today. I've been super hyper. That's stupid. I've been hyper focused on EDC, trying to get all my tickets ready. I got the pool party in the morning. I know you've been hyper focused on trying to warn me and make sure that I'm keeping sanitary and all the healthy things, you know. But and then there's the night swim that we're going to go to. I think we're going to see Slander on Wednesday, and then we're going to do the Cascade back to back with Dead Mouse on Monday, and then just a bunch of stuff in between. So it's like Christmas coming up, you know. I feel like as an adult,
2 weeks away.
2 weeks away, yeah. And I know I'm gonna be able to see you. It's gonna be cool, man. I haven't been able to see you since Destroy, so it'll be cool to hang out for a minute. I was talking to my sister about potentially going to Nacho Daddy's, one of my favorite places out there, and maybe taking a scorpion shot while we're there. I don't know. It should be some fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun for sure. EDC is always fun. 3 days. Make sure you stay hydrated and make sure you stay with your rave family. And always watch out for others who may need assistance. And remember, pay your hand forward. One day you may be in that position and you may want help from somebody else. And at EDC, I'm sure you'll get it. That's the one thing I know for sure. So before we go into the Missfits clips here, I just wanted to make sure everyone watching now on the live or on the post upload here to follow Hardstyle Maniacs on all social media platforms. As you can see, we have a new look now. It's a little bit more fresh. We have all our social media posts, and we have the Hardstyle America logo with us as well at all times. So we are a podcast and a movement, and oh, there he goes again. That focuses on hard dance across Americas, all three Americas, the North, South, and Central. And we want to make sure we capture everything, and we are the central hub for the movement, and we represent hardstyle and hard dance properly, and we provide open opportunities for upcoming artists and established artists. We want to make sure that we share artists across the nation, and for promoters who are looking to, you know, hire artists from different regions, we want to be that, you know, that conduit. Like, you know, we're gonna bridge the gaps, like what's his name said back in the days. If you know who he is, don't say his name. But that's what we do here at Hardstyle Maniacs. So we love to be part of it. We're very excited. And I wanted to show you some clips before we get into Missfits. This is some of our stuff here. Let's get started. Why even procrastinate? Here we go.
Let's do it.
Let's just rip it like a Band-Aid.
Axiom, the tasty truth.
Whenever you're ready.
Yo, I volunteer as tribute. Yeah, that was sick.
Oh, the fire. Hell
Thank
yeah.
you, thank you. That was such a fun night. That was Radical Redemption on Black Friday, and I was closing out at the Exchange, and honestly, it was like amazing. It was the best time ever.
Nice. Like, how does it feel watching yourself now? Obviously, when you're in the moment, you're in the moment. But looking back at your videos, how does that feel seeing it just like this?
Honestly, like sometimes like I'll start like, even like blushing. I'm like, dude, shut up, that's me, stop. I'm like, that's sick, oh my god. Or like sometimes I'll watch it and critique it. I'm like, okay, when I was fist bumping there, my arm was sideways, it wasn't straight. Okay, we gotta fix that for next time. You know, like so you start looking at like small details like that. But honestly, overall, it's just like amazing that I'm even here. Like sometimes I even want to pinch myself, like I'm dreaming, like no way I'm even doing this. Like it's insane. Honestly, it's like a dream come true every time I walk on stage, whether it's like Hard Park, BaseCon, or anything.
Nice.
So thinking back on it, where do you think you got your first interest of this is what I want to do? I want to be a DJ. I want to be a producer, or you know what I mean? Like I want to, be on stage and entertain people. What do you think that moment was for you?
So it's funny. I actually became a DJ on accident. Like my friends were becoming DJs and like, hey, can you go with me to these meetings and stuff like that? I'm like, sure. And then I was like, hey, I have some sick ass ideas. Can you make these tracks for me? They're like, no. I was like, what? You can't just like mash this up for me? They're like, no, you do it. I'm like, all right, then show me. And then so I started practicing and stuff like that, making mixes just because I wanted to hear them. And then somebody asked me like, hey, you want to play on stage? I was like, what? I was like, I don't know how to play CDJs. They're like, who cares? And I was like, all right. So I went to Guitar Center and practiced on their CDJs every day until I got kicked out because, hardcore isn't really that popular. And there'd be like some parent like, oh my God. And then like, the guy comes over, sorry, miss, I'm going to have to ask you to turn it off or leave. And then so, all right, come back the next day, do it again. And I did it again until I got it down. And honestly, I did that with CDJs probably until like COVID happened, and then that wasn't doable anymore. I mean, I did have my own mixer and stuff like that, but still just practicing that way. And then I played my first show in front of like maybe like 10 people. My mom, my brother, and my husband were in that crowd, so maybe it was really 5 people because it was all family. But yeah, it was the best time ever. It was actually at Catch One, and yeah, the first time I even saw like a DJ that made me want to become a DJ was Miss Kate. 2017 at Escape.
Nice.
That was one of the moments where I was like, I could do that. I want to do that. I want to do
that. That's awesome.
And your journey has been nothing but very positive. You seem growing and growing more within the market. That's very exciting stuff. What are your future plans now that you've established yourself as a resident and a local DJ in Southern California?
So that's exactly it. Like I've established myself well as a DJ, but now it's time to go to the next level because I need to be a producer now. And I really feel that, sorry, my dogs are barking. So I really feel that I just need to break through that barrier and start producing sounds and, making tracks. But I also feel like I'm glad that I never made any tracks prior to this because it wouldn't have been exactly who I wanted to be as a DJ or, making the exact sound that I wanted. I feel like after going to Masters of Hardcore and seeing Dimitri K and Unproven's one of my favorite producers, like just hits my soul every time. And seeing him live, I was just like, holy shit, yes. Like this is what I want to do. I'm glad I never made tracks just to make tracks and stay relevant. I'm glad that I've just been working on discovering my sound and like who I want to be as a producer versus, like who I want like to be in front of. I never thought of like the audience or never thought of like, oh, I want to reach this many people or this. Like, I want to make stuff for me. And I know that's going to make other people happy too. Or if it doesn't, who cares?
If you could collaborate with one producer, alive or past, who would be your optimal person that you could collaborate with?
So you guys are going to laugh. They're actually hard dance and hardstyle. It's actually RZA from Wu-Tang. Nice. That would be like my number one. I just feel like he's just amazing. The fact that he's produced tracks and been able to direct movies, make tracks for movies, and then act in those movies as well. Like, that's amazing. Like, that'd probably be like the goal on top of goals.
Have you seen the Wu-Tang special on Hulu?
Oh
It's like
yes,
a
like 3 times.
yeah. Nice. I love that.
I love it. I love it.
I still haven't finished it, so no spoilers, okay?
Okay.
But yes, I love it too. It's insane. I just couldn't wait every week for a new episode. It just bothered me. So I kind of let it just flow, and then I'll just binge watch it at one time.
Okay, I feel that.
Sure.
It's really good though. You have to finish.
yeah, and without giving anything away, I think that one of the things that I like about it is it kind of shows his process and how they created their music, and one of the things that I really enjoy whenever I was first learning about producing many moons ago is the concept of there was a time when they literally only had 8 tracks to work with, and now we have just this vast, infinite, access to on our DAWs, and really there's no excuses, but the creativity and what they were able to make with what little that they had at the time is just amazing to me. And to watch it in practice, like on the show, how they did it, it was just great. Anyways,
yeah, I definitely felt like it was inspiring to me, like as a DJ too, because I'm like, bro, I have, like you said, unlimited amounts of tools, DAWs, plugins, whatever, you name it. I can just Google it, buy it, bam, it's there. Or he had to go, like, actually physically walk to the store, have all these, like crates of tracks and everything like that. And it is just so innovative to see how he did it, and honestly inspiring as an artist. So I just think RZA, and that'd probably be like the number 1 person I would want to make a track with, and even if it wasn't Hardstyle, it'd be a dream come true.
Yeah, it's nice. I like that.
It could happen.
And also, it took me forever to finish the series too, because I was telling my brother that I didn't feel like I earned the opportunity to finish it yet because I haven't produced a track or gotten far enough as a track. So I was like, I need to take myself more seriously as a producer in order to finish that show, because I was like, I'm not worthy of it
yet. I'm not worthy. Wayne. Yeah. Well, very exciting stuff. Yeah, we look forward to it. Well, I'm sure you have ideas already of where you're gonna go with your music. Don't share nothing yet, obviously. But we're very excited. Hopefully, we'll be able to showcase your songs here first. And as we grow, the market for your track obviously gets to reach everyone worldwide as well. So very excited to at least be able to offer that to you, because when you deliver that track, I'm sure it's going to be a banger.
I'll definitely call you up and like, hey, got exclusive. Let's hop on. Let's go on a call.
You do that. Yeah, let's do this.
Big shout out to Dylan for catching us on our live. I think he might be our first viewer. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Oh, nice. Yes. What's going on, Dylan?
That's awesome.
Awesome. Well, this is more your career. Now, tell us a little bit more about your personal life. I know we don't have to get too in depth. Obviously, you don't ever want to share too much information, but we understand you work for a very, very, very popular podcast there as well, broadcasting.
I work for iHeartRadio's Cannabis Talk 101. It's pretty cool. I help out get with sales over there, and as well as managing the call center. So it's really, really fun. I definitely get to meet a lot of people. Like, we had Dogface come in, got to meet B-Real from Cypress Hill. So stuff like that is just really, really exciting. And I'm glad to have a job that actually correlates a little bit more to being a DJ. For the last 10 years, I was actually a swim coach and a surf coach. So even though it was super fun and stuff like that, I just felt like I was like a Hannah Montana. I'd go work with all these kids, and then I'd come DJ, stay up all night, then go back work with all these kids. And it just felt like a split life. So I wanted something that at least kind of balanced a little bit more, or at least didn't make me feel like, I can't think about music during these 8 hours because I'm teaching kids how to swim, or, I can't respond to DMs because I'm in the pool or something like that. So I'm glad I was able to break away from that and then into something else.
A swim coach. I never would have guessed that. Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and honestly, I still do it on the side. So if anybody comes to me, they don't know how to swim, it's totally fine. And actually, fun fact, at Baseball Pool Party, it's my favorite event. I'm obviously swim instructor, hardcore, hardstyle, it's my thing, right? But there's somebody laying down face first in the pool like that, right? And I'm like, okay, timed it. I'm like, I honestly don't believe they can hold their breath that long. So I went over, flipped them over, like prepared to do CPR, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What are you doing?" And then, like, there was like a whole thing right there. I was like, "You don't do that," and then like walked away and stuff like that. And I was like, "All right, next time I'm like here on vacation. I'm here on vacation. I'm off duty now." But yeah, it's just having to look out for people, right? Especially how you guys are mentioning look out for people at EDC and stuff like that. So it just totally brought me back to that moment.
Oh, how funny. Right. One day he's going to need help, and people say, well, he just cry wolf all the time. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was maybe a 4-foot pool, but still.
Are you going to EDC, the BaseCon pool party this year?
Maybe. I am still like kind of on limbo about that and stuff like that. Still seeing if I'm going to secure a ticket. But I do have the days off. So
Nice,
who knows
nice.
what happens. But yeah, BaseCon pool party has always been like my favorite event. And honestly, that's a goal to play there. I would say like everybody's goal is like, I want to be main stage, EDC, playing Wasteland. I'm like, I just want to play the pool party. Like, that's lit. I want to be a pool party, play that, and then be the lifeguard. Cool.
For sure.
You hear that, BaseCon? She's ready. Make it happen.
It'd honestly be safer if you guys had me.
Right. Well, that's one of the things is I'm going this year with my sister, and she knows a bunch of people that are playing like the art car and stuff like that. So I'm excited to spend more time out there as opposed to even like you say the Wasteland and Kinetic Field and stuff like that. This year I kind of messed up because I got super excited when they first. I was telling Vegas Rob about this earlier when they first did the announcement. I was like, oh cool, Alesso, I got the pool party tickets for that, and then I was like, okay, what else is happening, because I'd already bought those because I love Alesso. He's one of my favorite non-hardstyle DJs. And then I was like, oh crap, the BaseCon pool party is like an hour later, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do both, or if I'm going to be able to I don't want to like just maybe I'll do a giveaway or something like that to get rid of the Alesso tickets, because I don't want them to go to waste. But that's kind of why I've been on the fence. I'm not sure. We might try to find what do you call it, someone that can go and maybe do a article or a quick video recap of their experience at the BaseCon pool party, and I might be able to sponsor that. So if you know of anyone that would like to go that can't necessarily pay for it, but might want to be able to do like a little 30-second video of their time, send them my way and I'll talk to them about potentially covering their tickets for them.
Yeah, okay, that's really cool. I'll definitely keep an eye out. And also, if you're going to be checking out art cards, Rainbow World is going to have an art card. That's like Pascal's weed brand. Yeah, so they're going to have an art card there. And yeah, they're super cool. We're actually going to be getting them in next week to do a podcast on CT Art Cannabis Talk 101.
Nice. Oh. That's awesome.
Yeah, so they're going to talk a little bit more about that, so I don't want to spill too much, but just want to let you guys know that I would definitely check it out.
Nice. All right, let's go into the premiere now. I guess we'll do the Vegas Big Rob premiere. It's a new track here. I thought it was fun and exciting, and it takes you back to the old anime stuff. So let's get into a little Speed Racer, if you don't mind.
Let's go.
Let's do this.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Let's go.
I've been playing with the power of the Mach 5.
Somewhere deep in the hills of old Bonnie, Scotland. It was exactly 1 year ago that Speed Racer and his Mach 5 defeated us. We swore that someday we would get our revenge. That time is almost at hand.
He was about to pull the trigger.
Everybody, get down!
you all right?
Trixie.
Here comes the racer.
There you go.
Thanks. I like it.
Thank you.
Of course, the
Dude, I gotta-
crash in the pedals totally caught me off guard, but I loved it.
Yeah, I had to give it. If you remember, this song's been done before. It was a techno version, so I wanted to really enhance and keep that little segment that they had done before, where Trixie and Speed Racer are pretty much, I guess, doing the wow thing for better lack of words. So,
I was like, I need a cigarette after this one. Jeez Louise.
and you know, when here comes Speed Racer, you know what he did, right? He obviously. But you know, it was a very fun little track back in the days, and everybody loved it. I thought I'd keep that in there with a little techno synth. So, but I wanted to keep it at 160 beats per minute to keep it relevant to where we're at. So exciting stuff. But thank you guys for listening. Thank you,
I liked
everybody.
it.
Of course, it was amazing. What DAW do you use?
Definitely got me.
I'm using a Logic Pro.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, so Logic Pro. I'm the odd bird.
What-
Most people use what? Can you repeat that?
You produced it, right? Magic?
I couldn't hear you. I produce what?
Oh, sorry, I'm muted. No. Oh,
There you go.
you guys both produce though, right?
I do. Magic over here is just gonna get into the world of production, so I'm trying to encourage him
Getting
to
back into the world of production.
We'll
My
get back.
original, whenever I originally went to college 15 years ago, it was as a music production specialist in a small little farm town. And that's what I was going to do with my life. I was going to be an MC, and I was going to make my own beats and, you know, this, that, and the other. And then life happened like a ton of bricks. So I had to change to the law as my primary focus of study, and did that for 10 years or so, and then finally got to where I could get back into music. So yeah. Obviously it is, I guess, kind of a restart. Whereas, you know, anything that I learned 15, 20 years ago isn't really applicable to today, but the concepts are still there. And where, like, I used what was it that I said that we used earlier? Pro Tools is what I started with, and Fruit Loops before they switched to FL and all that stuff, you know. And like the ideas are up here. I was talking to him about that earlier. You know, I know the samples I want to use. I know like the basic song structure and the flow and all that stuff. And I don't want to ghost produce it. I want to do it, but it's just a matter of taking the time and, you know what I mean, and doing it. So it takes time to be an artist, I guess. I don't know. That's something that I've never really had up until recently. So anyways, that's my TED talk in 30 seconds.
Pretty soon, Misfits and I are going to interview you on future shows, all right?
Hey, I'm just here talking, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to do my part, right?
We're going to reverse the roles, and you're going to go on the guest side as a guest. I'm going to put Misfits as a co-host, and you're going to be telling us about your journey when you made your first track, the success, and everything. Good stuff, all right? So I want to see that show.
I'm going to have me a little corncob pipe when we do it, dude, for sure. Just be like,
Alden Poe.
my bad.
How
Yeah,
long
yeah,
have
you
you
know.
been for Vegas, Rob?
I'm sorry. How long have I been producing for?
Yeah.
I'm the same way with Magic. I started producing back in the early '90s. So even though he says those styles are irrelevant, I kind of disagree with you on that one. Everything from the '90s is hitting and hard right now. If you think about it, we're basically
No, no,
circle
I
again.
don't mean the styles. What I'm talking about is like what I learned on the DAW itself. You know what I mean? Like the applications and all the shortcuts and all that. All of that's irrelevant. So it's like I do need to learn the functionality, the plugins, and all that stuff before I can really take what's in my head and put it on the computer. That's where I think the biggest disconnect is, because from whenever I did Fruity Loops like 1 through 3, they're up to like 14 now. You know what I mean, as far as versions goes. So, anyways.
You've got mail.
Yeah, right. Exactly. AIM, exactly. Going back to
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, so that's kind of where I started DJing too. I was a vinyl record DJ, so transitioning to controller was a little bit difficult for me. Just can you imagine going from vinyl where it's just the pitch and your mixer is simple to having everything laid out in front of you at a press of a button. It's still foreign to me, actually, to be quite honest with you. So
My dad jokes around with me and he goes, "You're not a real DJ because you just have a little USB." He's like, "Real DJs have crates of records and stuff like that." He's like, "That's real DJ." I'm like, "Whatever, Dad, whatever."
yeah, I got those right there.
yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, and we heard a story about you and Distortion Code too. So he has a very, if you want to share the story, he has a great core memory of you. You want to share it there, Magic?
Oh, I didn't know he said for you. Yeah. He was talking about how he was doing a show with you, and he was having a little bit of difficulty, if I remember correctly, on working the CDJs, and you gave him a quick overview of what he was needing to do to move forward in his set, and it sounded like something that he really appreciated, and like biggest Rob said was really a core memory and important part in his development as an artist. So whenever I was talking to him, actually when we were talking to Distortion Code about potential lineups and stuff like that, he was like, "Oh yeah, you should talk to Missfits," and I was like, "Yeah, we've already been talking to him. We're super excited to work for him." But yeah, definitely that was a I think we just spoke with him last week, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best. Honestly, I remember watching his first show with Army of Hardcore. He was opening up, and like when you're opening, sometimes like the line, they're still letting people in as you're hitting play and stuff like that. So the room's still filling up. And I was sitting there and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I ran up, started recording and stuff like that, and I was like, "Dude, he's actually really, really good." I was like, "Okay," and I followed him and started talking to him and stuff like that. And then I just remember, like being able to go back there, and I was like, "Hey, like do this or whatever. Like you got it. Like keep going." Give him tap on the back, like, "Hey," and then just always been super supportive and encouraging, just because I feel like when I was upcoming as a DJ and stuff like that, there are a few people that really helped me out, and then there are some people that they'd see you struggle and they're like, sucks to suck, so I just know how it is, and I feel like as a raver you have to embody Blur, but if you're a DJ you have to embody it even more, because you're creating that energy in the community, you're creating that vibe, and if you're not participating in that and projecting that onto other people, like how are you going to have a great safe rave community? So that's just what I think. Every time I go on stage, I'm like, okay, well, who can I help? Who can I make happy? Who can I put a smile on their face? Or who can I play like some nasty ass beats for?
For sure.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted to bring up is like, yes, as producers and DJs and artists, whatever you guys want to call us or them as well, amongst ourselves, I really hope that this really pushes that forward. There's a lot of DJs that don't do it. Just kind of like you said, that's his problem. I come on in an hour and I could care less, and that's kind of where it's wrong. Anyone struggling on the decks, there's always someone behind you on the decks. If I'm not mistaken, there's always the next lineup or someone there to help you out. And I hope what you did was very, 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 very admirable, and that's the stuff that I like to see and hear about. And I'm glad you're able to share that, because it shows everyone the type of person you really are, and that's amazing right there, I believe.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And Yeah, honestly, I'm really, really proud of him and how far he's come and stuff like that. And I want to say he's a little bit farther ahead of me in his producing game. So like, I'm still taking notes as well and learning from him as he learns from me. And I just think that's the type of relationship that you should have amongst fellow DJs in your community. It's not competition, like we're all here assisting each other. Like I'm almost like, yeah, that's like my bro. We're making music together. We're playing the same lineups and stuff like that. So I don't see really competition with any of the DJs in the hard dance community. I just see them as either inspiration or as like somebody that I could potentially work with or connect with, or we're going to be fellow lineup buddies.
Yeah, chain league. You're right.
I think that's one of the benefits of the hard style genre being a relatively niche market is that there isn't, I mean, there is obviously competition because there's only so many events, but on the flip side of that, it's not as overly saturated as some of the other genres maybe. And so there's a lot more camaraderie. And I think, especially post COVID, I think after COVID, it kind of unified the community a little bit better. Where there may have been some splintering in factions before COVID. It's like, okay, well, we're all here together now. Let's just kind of support one another to build, as opposed to trying to get ahead as being number one. That way, we all grow. I think that the rising tides raise all ships really does apply to the hard style community, and I'm glad to be a part of that. It's really fun to be able to go to the events, and like you say, to be able to have the DJ to be able to put those positive vibes out into the crowd. And it's interesting. I never really thought about this until recently, but apparently hard style people don't drink very much at shows. Like I didn't really notice this until recently, but I guess this is something that I'd like to talk about. What your thoughts are about that? Because like I never really thought about it until we went to look at venues more recently, and I think Vegas Rob said he's like, no, whenever you're going at 180 beats per minute, you don't have time to hold the drink in your hand. I was like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense too. But like, there's more of like a healthy lifestyle, focus in the hardstyle community. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I personally, I'm not really a drinker. I don't drink before I DJ. I actually don't do anything before I DJ. I like maybe I'll like smoke a joint or something like that just in case I'm a little bit nervous. But yeah, I do think it is like a healthier lifestyle on the hardstyle part of it. I don't know, like you hear about like dubstep shows and you hear people going full wook. You're like, what the hell does that mean? It means just going like super crazy out there, like on everything A, B, C, D, whatever, and then just like not showering, whatever, like going all full look, right? So I definitely am glad that we don't have that in the hardstyle community, and I do think that because of Dimension G weights and hardstyle, like that's the thing. They have like that hardcore workout thing at EDC and stuff like that. Like what other genre is having people work out at EDC? Like that's only us. And then after
Right.
going to Masters of Hardcore, I looked around and I was like, wow, everybody here is like ripped, like they're strong. Like I was like, I need to hit the gym before I come back out here. I was like, these people are like super buff, super athletic and healthy. And yeah, I think that like with the bar sales and like drink sales and stuff like that are probably a little bit lower in terms of hardstyle, hard dance. I feel like maybe like house because people are just sitting there vibing and they can hold that cup. So yeah, that's a really, really good point.
Yeah, imagine you're hawking, you're like, that drink's gone. You better chug it. You're just going, right? And what's your drink? It's on that person in front of you and behind you.
No, maybe I'm just old. Go on.
Maybe the hardstyle people are just like a little bit like, I want to say smarter, and you always see them pre-gaming in the parking lot.
Yeah, that might be true too.
Yes.
No, I mean, I drink in between. It's like, I'll go out there and I'll dance, and then it's like, okay, I need to take a breath. This is my time to go get my drink, and you know what I mean? It's like, now I've recharged, I'm gonna go back out there and dance some more. So I never really thought about, it would be super hard to dance while you're going raging and whatnot, but I've never really had a problem with balancing my drinks, and you know what I mean. Like I guess I'm getting older too. I don't really drink as much as I used to, but still, a drink or two. I don't know.
Let me show you.
When I was younger and I used to like to drink a lot, I'd take the Insomniac bottle, twist it open, pour 2 Adioses in there, and you wouldn't spill your drink. So that would defeat that whole problem. But that was also when I was like 21, 22, and that was and did not care.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Let me show you guys a clip of Destroy Lane. I don't see anybody holding a drink, but you'll see a good reason why.
Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying? You can't hold the drink during that shit.
Okay. That's true.
That's massive
I'll
stuff.
send one video to you guys from that show, and I swear, like you could see like the bartender just sitting there like this, like.
I told you.
There's like this video I saw from that show, and the bartender was literally sitting there. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not because of my music. I was like, it's probably because like nobody was coming like buying a drink.
Well, we were talking about that.
Yeah, last week we spoke about that. The bartender. Well, the bartender station was right behind the crowd. One, you could have picked a different terminal. Two, and then third, he was just sitting there.
Yeah, if he would have been on the side.
Like, hey, are you thirsty? You thirsty? No, you're good. You're good. Okay. Like, I mean, I don't know.
That was
right?
Well, yeah, it was hard to get to him because everybody was dancing. So yeah, he definitely should have chose a different terminal. That's true.
Yeah, see, I mean, you were killing that crowd. That crowd was insane. They were just. You can see the big guy in the back with the blue hat in the video. That's me over there. You can just see like. I'm the only one standing still, and everyone's going crazy, right? And I'm like, okay, yeah.
It's because you're Mr. Zen over here, You're just like, this is the greatest bass, just very zen face throughout it. I love it.
I'll sit there and I'll soak it in. It's just like therapy to me. Just the vibes, the bass waves and everything, the synths. I don't have to move, but I'm soaking it all in, and I enjoy it. Everybody expresses it differently, but I just like to sit there because maybe, like you said, I'm old, but I love this stuff. It's awesome.
Honestly, when I'm in the crowd, like sometimes I stand still too because I'm just like in awe. Like when I was watching like Unproven, like I literally was just standing like, this is insane. Oh my god, this is wild. This is crazy. And then like I'll sit there like when I watched Deadly Guns for the first time, I literally just watched him and like how he mixed the tracks, how he was like transitioning and stuff like that. And like I feel like I get immersed, like not even like as a fan, but as an artist too. I'm just like, okay, how is he doing that? How are his movements? How do they sync with the sound? How does he, work the crowd? How does he engage with the crowd? Like I focus on all those things. So I feel like I'm just literally standing there, like, like on the wall, just like quiet. It's because I'm observing and taking it all in and stuff like that. So I totally get what you mean by like sometimes you're just standing there and people are like, you're not having a good time, you're not enjoying yourself. I'm like, no, I'm actually having such a good time because like I'm not moving and stuff like that. I'm just fully enjoying everything and embraced. So I think it's really, really cool.
That's exactly how I feel. Yes. Every time. I agree. Now, quick question on if you had just to see yourself in the next 5 years doing the same thing right now, where do you see yourself in 5 years as an artist and your development? What is your goal?
My goal, want to play Masters of Hardcore. I want to play Dominator and Thunderdome. That's going to be, I think, probably the hardest one because I feel like only legends get to set foot in the doors of Thunderdome, as well as Masters of Hardcore and, Dominator and stuff like that. But I feel like Thunderdome's just like that mecca that's so special from what I hear. I haven't even gone yet. But so I'm excited to go this year. And I plan on having my own albums out, like EPs and tracks as well. But yeah, those would be the goals. I would love to be signed to Barbaric Records. I think if I was going to pick one record company, record label that I want to go for, it'd be that one. So that's my goal as an artist. And like, I'm glad, that's why I'm also glad I never released any tracks because I'm not sure like if tracks you released in the past, if they, take that in consideration to what you're like sending to them now. But I'm glad that I don't have any bad tracks under my belt that would like hinder me from being on that record label. Sure, I don't have any tracks under my belt, but I'd rather have no tracks than bad tracks or like tracks that people are like, oh, you made that.
Speaking of which, for up and coming producers, DJs, what advice would you give for people that are just starting out, where they're like, you know what, I was there at Destroy, I was there at the Exchange, and I that's what I want to do. What you had that impact on them. What would be your advice for those people?
My advice would be like my first question would be like, why? Like, what's your why? You have to have a why to everything. And if you're just like, oh, because I want to be famous, I would tell them to go pick something else. And like, if they said anything like, oh, I want to be rich, well, definitely go pick something else. Because I'll tell you this, like, it's not that there's no money in DJing, but you're investing a lot of money. Like how you said, you kind of have to have like a full-time job just so you could go support this full-time dream. And the money that I make on my job, like, yeah, it pays the bills, but then that's what also funnels into like supporting my dream and pushing, my merch or, buying my equipment, paying for parking, photography, all these things and stuff like that. So if they're in it for the money, that's also like the wrong thing. So I would say like you have to be in it for the passion. Like if you hear hardcore or Frenchcore or euphoric hardstyle, whatever you hear, and if it makes your soul feel alive, then yes, this is for you. And I honestly want you to pursue it. And I recommend for people, like anytime someone gives you advice and it's negative advice, don't listen to them. If they're like, you're never gonna make it, fuck you. Don't listen to them. Like, sure. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on here, but yeah. So I would just say, like, to anybody, make sure you have a good why. It has to be involved with like passion. Make sure you stay humble, and also, don't take no crap. Don't take nobody's like negative comments or anything like that, because that doesn't mean anything. Honestly, I've heard way more positive things from strangers than I have from people that like know you and like are supposed to support you and stuff like that. And so I want to say like keep being that DJ, keep going and stuff like that, because you're gonna find this community that believes in you and makes you feel like you're worth it and you're gonna make it. And honestly, that's what I felt here.
Yeah, that's like that old saying: you want to know who your friends are? Start a business.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what about upcoming shows? You have any upcoming shows that you want to mention here that you want to maybe put out there in the world, or maybe some shows you want to perform at as well?
Local? Yeah, so I'm actually going to do a debut in Bakersfield on June 1st. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. I've never played out there. I think I've only driven through there to go to like Yosemite. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see like what's out there and stuff like that. And then I will be having another show like in Vegas soon. I'm still waiting on pending dates on that. And then another one in Long.
Ooh, Vegas. Who's the promoter in Vegas?
There's a couple different ones I've been working with. But fingers crossed, trying to get bigger ones. So honestly, I can't remember the name of their Instagram, but I'll send it to you. But yeah, so I've been talking about coming back as well. And then there's another one in LA, but I don't know if I'm allowed to mention that one yet.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know.
Yeah, August. But, I'm hoping to play in New York soon too. and
Nice.
trying to get more out of state shows. So, but I'm really gonna just try to hone in on my producing because I feel like that's what's gonna really make these shows better. And like I feel like that's what I owe to these people that have been supporting me and like just believing in me for so long. Like I owe them this track. So or these tracks. So that's what I'm gonna work on and really like practice and push moving forward.
Nice. Now, what is going to be your preferred DAW? I don't know, there's no wrong answer on that one. So, which one would you be selecting, or have an idea on which one you're going to use?
So I've been using FL Studios. I downloaded like that, Logic, and Ableton, like the free monthly trials, and I try to spend the entire month just diving into them and messing around with every single one of them. And I just felt comfortable with FL Studios. Like I was just able to navigate through it a little bit more. So I figured, I might as well just start off with this one because I can actually see myself going forward with the project on this. And it also made me feel a little bit better because it was slightly cheaper. So yeah, that wasn't a bad call at all. So I've been using that and then just buying plugins for it, and then I've been taking classes on Harder Class. So I try to hone in on my producing as well. Ruler does classes specifically on FL Studios, so I've been taking those.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm making notes now. Hold on.
Yeah. That's why I was like, just throwing that out there for any upcoming producers and stuff like that. So with Harder Class, there are classes from the Netherlands, and like the Tweakers are on there, Ruler, Party Razor, like almost any artist that you are obsessed with, and then you could pay like $30 a month, and then you could take the classes unlimited.
Are they like one?
That's awesome.
Or are they like videos that they already pre-made and you kind of follow through?
Yes, pre-made videos that you already follow through and stuff like that, and then they have it like broken down in sequence and everything. So it's really easy, and you could, some of them are like 30 minutes, some of them are like 5 minutes. So, and I think there's a free trial where you could go through some of them. I can't remember who is the free trial, but you could go through like their tutorial one, and then after that you'd pay. I think it's $30 a month, or maybe like a certain price for like a yearly thing. But I really enjoy it, and they have mixing classes on there too.
I just wanted to give a shout out to a Daniel Hidalgo who said, Misfits is the sickest I've heard in a long time. I hope she plays in my city soon. I asked him what city that was in, so hopefully we'll get a response for that. But we have people on our live. I'm excited about that, and they're excited to hear more Misfits. So hopefully, they were able to hear where you say your performances are going to be. And I'm excited about whenever I'm going to be able to see you in Los Angeles. We're going to make sure that announcement comes very soon. I hope by the end of the week. And I know we've said that for the past 3 weeks, but we have, he's like, come on, we've already said this, but we have the venues now. We're good. So let's go ahead and do it.
Well, to be real, the venue threw a couple of curveballs that we weren't very pleased with, and we're just not going to play those games, and we're not going to mention any.
Ready for it.
But we're just not here to play games. We're all about a business, and we want to make sure everyone's involved is having a great time, and you be a straight shooter with us, we'll be a straight shooter with you. That's kind of the way I see it. But
I think they were eventually. I don't want to discount the entire process. It just took longer than I was expecting. So I do appreciate the opportunity that we had to be able to check out the people that we did, and we have the capacity that we have, and I'm going to sell every ticket that we can. Obviously we had to move the date a little bit so that we would have the highest likelihood of selling out, but I have a very strong feeling that we're going to do great, and this is going to lead into more events.
Well, yeah, Miss is going to be there. Of course, it's going to be fucking awesome. Yeah.
And Daniel's going to be there. Shout out back to Daniel.
Nice. That's super cool. Actually, it's funny you say that you're going to be in Bakersfield because I'm going to be in Fresno on June 1st, and it's going to be my first time in Fresno. So it's like 2 hours away, but not too far,
Yeah, it's still, in my opinion, similar area.
Yeah, same basic area.
Yeah, and when you get the details for Vegas, let us know as well. We're actually hubbed in Vegas as well, so I could promote and help you promote out here, and make sure that we try to pack house in Vegas too. Show that love. And I'll be at that show, so let me know when that show is in Vegas too, so I can at least go out there and stand still and enjoy it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've done like 2 shows in Vegas, or I did a live stream in Vegas and a show, and it was pretty cool. I definitely got to like build my fan base out there a little bit more. But honestly, that was like my first 2 times of going to events out in Vegas outside of like EDC week. So
Nice.
honestly, it was like a new experience, and like I realized that EDC week, it's a lot of ravers from California and all over that are there. So it's kind of cool to see like what the Vegas scene is without the EDC week. So yeah, it was definitely interesting.
It's a decent market. You know, we can capture a nice little crowd here. The market in Vegas is basically majority of it's bass, the dubstep, rhythm, stuff like that, and they dominate the market. Revelation's done a great job at dominating that sector of the EDM world. There's another company called Elation I hear who does hard dance. There's actually a lot of other people that do events out here, so we're very excited to work with him as well. So will you help him promote? So, but I do want to show one more video of you in action again, you know, because I feel that, you know, we need to keep showing these things because, you know, that's why we record them, to show exactly how much fun it is and to show you in action. So one more little clip here. Give me 1 second. Whew. Does it give you chills just to see you again?
Yeah, and then the exchange too. Oh my gosh, I miss it so much. We haven't been there since that Brendan Hart show when the ceiling collapsed and stuff. So it's kind of like cool to see like the stage itself and the venue and everything like that. But I know that venue will be open sooner than later, and I'll be back on that stage too. So
Yeah, you're the one that blew the lid off the roof, huh?
no, actually, it was the homies, Thai guys. I believe they were playing when the stage fell through.
Oh,
Or the fell through.
you see, that's how you know it's a hard sell. Because
Yeah, no, you never know.
So we're getting close to the end of our segment. I want to make sure we capture all your social medias, all your plugins, and anyone you want to say thank you to. I would really like to use this time for you to share anything you want to share with anyone and give you kudos up. But yeah, let everybody know how to get a hold of you, first of all.
Yeah, so my Instagram, Twitter, pretty much all my social media should be at DJ Missfits. SoundCloud including. I'll be putting some new mixes on there as well. Gonna try to work on those tracks, get on Spotify soon. Shout out back to Daniel. I want to shout out to my mom. She loves to go to all my shows. She has her own logo, Mama Misfits. So shout out to her. Shout out to Dimension G for being like the best like merch on the market. He's such a staple in the hard dance community. I think he's so important, and like I love seeing his merch go like around the world to DEF CON, Masters, and all that stuff. Like it's super exciting because I know one day I'll be playing those stages wearing his merch, and we'll be both repping America. So sick. And then shout out to my manager Winifred. Thank you so much for all of your help. And shout out to every single person that's followed me, went to my show, bought a ticket, supported me, wore my merch, gave me a high five, a hug, all of that. You guys are amazing, and I wouldn't be here without you.
Nice. Well, it's been a real pleasure talking to you finally one-on-one. I know there's a lot more we could have found out, but I think we just want to make things more comfortable with our guests and talk to them. You know, it doesn't feel like a drill down. You know, that's not what we want to do. We just want to make sure we just follow that rabbit hole down to wherever it takes us. And it was very exciting to have you. I look forward to seeing you again in Vegas now that I know you're going to be performing out here. And whenever I get a chance to go to Los Angeles, I'll definitely look out for you in the lineup and anywhere else. So, yes, big shouts out to everyone who supports her. Be sure to follow her. She's an amazing, talented artist, and she's a very humble person, and that you don't get a lot of. And it's coming across more and more, but it's not like this. It's very unique. When I met her, she's like, I'm a hugger. Fuck it. All right, I'm a hugger too. Let's go. You know? And that's the type of vibe you get with her. So, yeah, it's amazing to finally sit down and talk to you. And was very excited. We look forward to having you again in the future and releasing that track of yours, because we're gonna put a clock on it. So by the end of the year.
Well, so my goal is I want to have it out as soon as possible. Hopefully I could play at this upcoming show, but I'm going back to the Netherlands for Thunderdome, and I already talked to the person who owns the hardware store out there, so I could go back and play again. So I need to absolutely play my track for him when I go out there. So that's like the deadest line. But obviously I want to have it out, sometime this summer is honestly the goal.
Perfect.
There, have it. There it is. Summertime. Good time, and it's going to be Misfit time.
It's your new favorite track of the summer.
It is. Well, what's going to be of all time watch? We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Hell yeah. Hopefully I'll debut it with you guys. So, maybe we'll do another little live stream podcast, and you guys will hear it first from Hardstyle Maniacs.
That'd be awesome. That'd be amazing.
Love that stuff right there. Well, thank you, Missfits, for being with us today. You want to add anything here, Magic?
No, I just appreciate everything that you do for the community. I've had the pleasure of seeing you perform, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 times, and I hope to see you another 4 or 5 times very soon. So, I've always enjoyed the cross, of the cross reference of all the different music that you perform, and it's just an amazing show. So I hope to see you soon in Los Angeles, and thank you again for coming out, and hopefully, if there's anything I can do to help promote your future endeavors, let me know, and I'll be happy to hand out flyers, share links, whatever else I can do.
Thank you, and likewise, I would happy to help promote Hardstyle Maniacs in any way possible, and let's get that show rolling. Let's go. I'm excited to be here with you guys.
Nice. I'm gonna roll us out with one more video real quick. It won't be a long one, but of course it is of you. Thank you, Misfits, for being with us today. We appreciate you. And those of you who are watching us now or on the YouTube Hardstyle Maniacs TV, be sure to share the videos. Be sure to follow her. Be sure to support everything you see in the hard dance community. And we will see you again soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Misfits, for being with us today. Thank you, Magic, for always being the co-host here with us.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Love you.